hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time, be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip, nor...
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. Swift. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Antonio Brown, 65 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do. Open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Set, ready, 70, Indy. You. Get ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A big play there. 42 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, now. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Ravens.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
2nd and 5. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Set. 10 logo. General West. Snap.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Making the catch is Sternberger. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At the 39-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. Screenplay, McKinnon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Packers' 18-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Cut it left. Cut it left.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. From the gun, Jackson looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop the throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jalen Ferguson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker now to add the point after.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Packers 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Tighten down. There you go. My 52. Shoot.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
Ready.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Ready.
Now back to throw. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
They'll look to throw. He's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 17 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Set 90 Wolf.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A dump underneath to Jones. They call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
57 to Mike. 57 to go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Packers! From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to regain the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. Jackson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to.
It got his man complete. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Zadarius Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. Ready?
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go. 8 read.
2nd and 11. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Back to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Man, no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
2nd and 14. Steps away to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
With it is Brown. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 45-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st down, Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Out of bounds just past midfield.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
With the score, Packers 28, Ravens 21.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Begin.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Zadarius Smith. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Get ready. Get ready. Check the backer. Check the backer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Forced out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 10-yard touchdown run as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's get that ball right here.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught at the 25. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. The extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jackson now. Being chased. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there. Jackson will throw again. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Let's go, D.
Now Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And a loose football. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Let's go. 60 or. Hit it.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week one.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Packers, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And